Hello, this is the trade site Forex market preview and international economic data roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, May 8th, 2016, and ending Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, look at that. Interesting. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart after dropping early in the week. Had a couple days bouncing back, swept the lows of the last 8 months or so on that move, and came right back. We did not get a close under that low yet, so this could be an inverted cup and handle still, but for now it's a support level at any rate. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the euro dollar, which had a 13 sell signal on Monday, ran into the risk line of that, couldn't get above that, and is rolling over. So that one suggests we're going to head back down, which would be an upward move for the dollar index, at least in the short term, because it has the actual signal. Here's the pound dollar, also headed down this week. Aussie dollar headed down a little more aggressively. Note the 13 sell signal right at the high a couple weeks ago there, or a week ago there. Pound yen, which had that 13 buy signal a little while back and bounced off of that, has now come back down near the lows. Euro yen looks like it's about to crack the lows. Pound Swiss, not a very exciting pair generally speaking. And here's the New Zealand dollar, also down for the week. All right, let's take a look at the 30-minute chart of the euro dollars for the whole week so you can see the ranges and everything. High to lows only 220 pips or so. Monday we opened basically flat, headed up for the session. That was probably one of the biggest range days of the week. Tuesday back down. Wednesday was really flat. Thursday back down. Friday was really flat. Pound, on the other hand, looks like this. Flat on Monday, up and back Tuesday. Wednesday, kind of a drift. Thursday, very much just a drift. Friday, pretty much a drift there too. So it wasn't an overly exciting week. We have posted our results on the website for April for Forex, another positive month in the trade calls that we make here at both futures, Forex, and stocks, of course. We always make money in stocks. But the futures had a very strong month, and Forex had an okay month, still green, obviously. So take a look at that if you want to look at the market blog on the site and see how we did. All right, let's take a look at the economic data that's coming out this week and get ourselves a roadmap for what's going on. Sunday, May 8th. Japan releases the minutes from their last Bank of Japan meeting. Australia's got a job advertisements thing, no big deal. Consumer confidence out of Japan that night. German factory orders. CPI out of Switzerland. Halifax HPI out of the UK. Centix investor confidence out of Europe, along with some Eurogroup meetings. This is all Monday at this point. Housing starts out of Canada. Mortgage delinquencies, labor market conditions, retail sales out of, or that's out of the U.S., retail sales out of the U.K. Monday night. China, I always say this is smart. Both inflation numbers, CPI and PPI, coming out at the same time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday night for China. 10-year bond auction out of Japan. Unemployment rate out of Switzerland. And then we get the industrial production numbers out of Germany, along with the German trade balance. Industrial production out of France, Italy. Goods trade balance out of the UK. Small business index and JOLTS job openings here in the U.S., along with wholesale inventories. Tuesday morning, jump to the evening. Not much there really of interest. Home loans out of Australia, not going to move the market. Leading indicators out of Japan going into Wednesday. Manufacturing production, industrial production out of the UK. Crude oil inventories and the 10-year bond auction here in the U.S., along with the Fed budget balance at 2 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday afternoon. Business manufacturing index out of New Zealand and FBI. We've got current account, Bank of Japan summary of opinions, bank lending out of Japan. 30-year bond auction going into Thursday, economy watchers sentiment. German WPI, French final CPI. China's got money supply and new loans at some point. They listed all week, basically. Industrial production out of Europe. And then the UK does their bank rates announcement. So that'll be Thursday morning. That's probably the biggest news of the week for the pound pair. NHPI out of Canada. U.S. weekly unemployment claims, import prices, natty gas. Got a speech out of a Fed member. 30-year bond auction. Retail sales out of New Zealand at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. We've got money stock out of Japan. And then going into Friday, German preliminary GDP and final CPI, French preliminary non-farm payrolls, Italian preliminary GDP. UK has construction output. Europe has their flash GDP. That's the first look for the first quarter of the year, I believe. No, second look. US has retail sales, PPI, consumer sentiment. That's the University of Michigan number, and business inventories to wrap up the week. We've got some Chinese data over the weekend, next weekend too. So that's it. I would say there's a lot of data, but it's nothing huge except for maybe the Bank of England rate, I think, announcement is probably the biggest thing. So we will just stay focused as we usually do and hope the ranges stick a little bit better. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal 12. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks in whichever market you choose. Have a great week and weekend.